Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. This one's going to be a short one. It's going to be quick. This is the Titan Hero series Galactus by Hasbro. This is supposed to be, not supposed to be, because even then it's not going to work, but they have that 4-inch Epic Heroes line. Do I have one? I do. So here's an example of the Epic Heroes line. Here's a Red Hulk from Captain America Brave New World. So the Thing is probably something similar to this size. I don't know. They haven't really hit stores yet. They just got revealed. I don't know what's taking so long, whatever the case may be. But Amazon, for whatever reason, had this Galactus in stock. So I ordered it, got it next day, waited like a few days, almost a week. And finally, I'm going to do this little quick review for you guys. It is up for pre-order at BigBadToyStore.com because Amazon did sell out. So I'll have a link in the video description below to this Galactus if you're looking to add one to your collection. Because maybe it's a good first stand-in. If you don't have the HasLab, whatever your case may be, it could be an option. But that's kind of the Epic Heroes line, so you could see it's not really going to be in scale at all. If you have like a Lego minifigure, it still would not be in scale, but I guess it's closer. But when in terms of like Marvel Legends size, it's like, that's not really going to work. But at least we got something for Galactus from the movie, so that's what we got going on there. So I can't really show you the whole box because you can't fit it in a frame. So there we go, the Titan Hero series, Fantastic Four First Steps, Galactus. Let's see on the back. What does it say? It says, Consumer of worlds and destroyer of planets, Galactus roams the cosmos with one goal in mind. Should they tell us what the goal is? The goal is just to consume, right? Like, he doesn't, that's not even a goal. Like, he can't, he's got this hunger, right? Like, that's not his goal. His goal is to, like, oh, well, that could be a spoiler alert for the movie, huh? Never mind. We'll move on from that. You got the side artwork there of Fantastic Four, and then when you look at that might mean, like, the Johnny Storm figure I think is terrible, and maybe that's like, it kind of makes sense, but that don't look like Joseph Quinn. That's not good. So let's open up Galactus. Let's just take a quick look and just run through it quickly. Okay, so as you can see, Galactus out of the box, and you know what? It's way more articulated than I thought it would be. Be careful there because it's still not good articulated, but it's more articulated than I thought it'd be. There was a time where Titan Hero series were 5 POA, right? Shoulder 1, shoulder 2, neck, leg 1, leg 2, 5, right? But these have come a little bit of a way. We got bendable elbows, we got bendable knees, the hips go out, but it's still not like great. The cool thing about this is at least we have a movie-designed Galactus. Now, Hasbro did the same with X-Men 97. They released a Sentinel in the Titan Hero series line. And if you pair that with the 4-inch Epic Heroes figures, it kind of scaled well. And that made sense there. We now have Marvel Legends X-Men Sentinels coming on the way, so like, it doesn't really matter. But I doubt we get a Marvel Legends MCU Galactus. I just don't think it's going to happen. Is it possible? Absolutely. Will we see it? I'm thinking no. Would I love to be wrong on that? Absolutely, because I'd buy the hell out of it. But I just don't think we'll get another one. So for a $20, $22, whatever it costs, like, it's a decent stand-in to just kind of be there. Does that make sense? Not for everybody. It's obviously a kid's toy. I'm not stupid here. I know what it is. But it just kind of fits because now I have at least a movie Galactus figure. Because the sculpt-wise, it's well, it's not, maybe not sculpt. The design-wise, it's the movie figure. So the sculpting, obviously, there's a lot of sculpting to it. There's just no real details, no paint details or anything like that. But I think it looks pretty cool for what it is. And what it is a cheap Titan Hero series figure. So keep that in mind. So let's get in for a closer look at the fine little details. Okay, so here is the head sculpt, and you can see, you know, the signature horns, I guess, design that'd be in there. They're actually kind of soft in there because you don't want, like, kids, you know, hitting people with it and stuff like that. So there's there. He's got his blue eyes there, and then he can turn his head side to side, and he's actually got a little bit of pivot and some tilt in there. Not a whole lot. I can't really look up, can't really look down, but we got it there. And surprisingly enough, I could see that there has been somewhat of an effort. And I know with Hasbro, you know, we don't get a lot of effort from time to time, but sometimes there's a little glimpse, a little glimmer of hope. And I feel like they actually sculpted it to the actor. Now, if you guys don't know, an actual actor portrayed Galactus. Now, was a lot of him CGI? Yeah, absolutely. But there was an actor, and then so you actually see his facial features in the helmet mask thing that he wore, and I could see the facial feature of that. Now, at the same time, it's a soft sculpt. They didn't go all in crazy detail and everything like that, but I see some resemblance, if that makes sense. So we're going with that. Now, if we kind of go down a little bit further, kind of looking at his shoulder and chest area there's a lot of sculpted detail in there. It's probably just, you know, all these like lines and boxes and squares and things like that. But that's a lot of sculpted detail in there. It really is. So it all looks pretty good in my opinion. You know, we get that dark burgundy, we get a little bit of that purple in there. Looking at the articulation, that shoulder goes straight on out. Like, that's pretty good. And then you can go forward, you can go back. You can get a full rotation if you force it. That was a pain in the ass. But that's the articulation in there. You can get the arm to kind of go out that way. And then check this out. You get a swivel at the forearm, so that glove gauntlet piece swivels. Does the elbow swivel? The elbow itself swivels as well. And then you have a single joint at the elbow, give you just about 90 degrees there, and then you could straight on out there. Hands, wrists don't swivel, but I guess that's kind of what that gauntlet swivel would be there for. There is no torso swivel or anything like that, so just a heads up there. So now let's go ahead and go down a little bit further on the figure. You can see this skirt piece, again, nice details on there. It is a rubbery piece, but so it'll allow some of the leg movement because you can kick out a little bit, and then you can kind of get the legs to go out. You can get the legs to go out like full splits, which is kind of crazy. But that's one of the points of articulation that the Titan Hero series figures were able to introduce, is bringing those legs out. Looking at all the details in the skirt piece, again, a lot of sculpted details, so which is nice. And you know, it's soft rubber. All looks pretty good. The legs, there's not a whole lot, just kind of like some squiggly lines in there. But again, the legs go out wide, and you can bend the knee a little bit. You only get that much bend. That's not a whole lot, but the fact that we get any kind of bend is good. There's no swivel at the knee, no swivel on the legs whatsoever. So it's just back, or front, back, side, and then bend at the knee. So that's all the articulation. And then looking at the legs, you can see the boots on there. That looks pretty good. But size-wise, you can see that Silver Surfer, of course, on the surfboard in the stand. You got Thing just standing up there. And then you have, like, Sue. You can see, size-wise, you know, it's a decent size. It's still kind of small, or obviously, for Galactus, because, you know, he's taller than all these buildings in New York. But it's just kind of something cool to add and just put in place, and placeholder, and just fill it in. Or if you do something crazy with forced perspective, have Galactus kind of there, and then you can in the background a little bit, and then you can have Fantastic Four in the foreground. The jokes write themselves, guys. It kind of works. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, is it a necessary figure? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But hey, it's a movie Galactus figure, and at least we got that. And if you're wondering size comparison-wise to the Marvel Legends HasLab Galactus, you can see it's teeny tiny, not even close. All right, so I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. You know, is it a good Galactus just as a little placement holder, a little stand-in? I think it's, you know, I think it's kind of cool. You know, for 22 bucks, like, why not, right? It's just kind of there. I have a couple of the Titan Hero series X-Men Sentinels. I mean, I don't really need those now because the Marvel Legends ones will be coming. They got delayed until like November, December, whatever. But they're decent little stand-ins. So, you know, because we likely won't get a full-size Marvel Legends Galactus for the MCU, Fantastic Four First Steps, I think it works. But you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is this something you're adding to your collection or just really, really passing on? Let me know.